All right. So videos galore. There's always an idea out there somewhere. So I saw this, and I know that other people talked about it before, but then they dropped it, which is kind of typical of the internet, and specifically YouTube, where it's just like, let's everybody cover the same fucking story at once, and then nobody's going to follow up on it. That always works great, by the way. It's like when you actually want to get news and then, you don't cover it later on and actually figure out what the fuck happened. Anyway, but that's a whole other thing. I'm part of that same system too, but yeah. So this is NPR. Take it with a grain of salt, of course, just like any other news. Judge dismisses NRA bankruptcy case, heightening risk for dissolution of group. A federal bankruptcy judge dismissed an effort by the NRA to declare bankruptcy on Tuesday, ruling that the gun rights group had not filed the case in good faith. Okay, bankruptcy trial had paused over legal challenges the NRA had been facing, but this decision returns the group to its confrontation with the New York Attorney General, who was seeking to shut it down over alleged fraud and abuse. No, I'm not going to donate. Screw you. Okay. During the trial, the NRA said it had enough money to pay its creditors. Instead, it declared bankruptcy for a tactical reason to avoid the reach of the New York Attorney General. Okay, Wayne LaPierre, of course, blah, blah, blah. Although we are disappointed in some aspects of the decision, there is no change in the overall direction of our association, its programs, or its Second Amendment advocacy. We remain an independent organization that can chart its own course. The NRA will keep fighting as we've done for 150 years. NRA has argued during the case it was being persecuted for its political views, blah, blah, blah. In the parlance of bankruptcy testimony, LaPierre, I'm about to say something I've said for a day and a half now. Can you answer the questions that you are asked? The judge asked LaPierre at one point, do you understand that I've said that to you more than a dozen times over the last day? Yes, sir, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. With the bankruptcy case dismissed, the NRA now returns to its prior state of vulnerability, fighting for its survival against the New York Attorney General, who seeks to shut the whole organization down. Okay. This is another video I'm going to make, and I think that we all do it. People who get into politics, I broadly call myself Nazbol. And like I say, thank you to Vosh, by the way, for popularizing the term Nazbol vortex. I do appreciate it. Thank you. But anyway, honestly, if you ask firearms owners, I'm going to try to use the fancier term, firearms owners or gun owners, they in general, except like older boomers, they don't give a shit about the NRA. In general, it's like, maybe some libertarians would be like, well, the NRA, it's like they don't like the NRA. The NRA, they think, does not fight for them. It's the same thing where it's like, people had trouble with Springfield, right? And I know that there's the Springfield Armory versus, like I said, I don't even know that much about firearms, but I do know that there's a lot of beef. Yeah, hold on. The cat's wanting to get out. Hold on. Give me a minute. God damn it. Get your butt out there then. Go on then. Go. Are
you opening your door now?
Just for a brief time. I'll open it here in a moment. All right. I'll cut it down. Okay. Oh, I hate that. Okay. So the NRA in general is not well liked because they don't think that they're fighting for them. And, probably so. I mean, you see people like Wayne LaPierre, and of course you saw one of its ex-presidents, Charlton Heston, you can pry this out of my cold, dead hands. And the thing is that it's a caricature of the left to be like, haha, they're, the government, the New York attorney is taking down the NRA. It's a Pyrrhic victory. It is a Pyrrhic victory. Okay? Wow, you took down an old organization. You'd think that these folks won't go somewhere else. It's the same thing like, the dissolution of the Proud Boys. those folks will find their way to create something else. Like I say, have you ever studied fucking politics, you retards? Like I say, there's this caricature that exists where I think there's caricatures that exist for everybody, right? The left paints the right wing all as, all with the broad brushes. It's like, well, they all have fascist beliefs and everything else. It's like, okay, if you want to do that, all right. But the thing is, though, they will say, no, we're not really that and everything. We're not anti-Semites. There's just a few people that are, but we're not all like that. Where the left wing are painting the soy boys or whatever the case may be. I just think that they are suckdams that give lip service to the idea of socialism, but ultimately just don't want mud tankies because obviously, people like Vosh, of course, once again have popularized, mud tankies are evil. They're pretty much just fascists, red fascism, It's just such cope at the end of the day, in my opinion, anyway. Gun owners, they do not care. So please put your comment in where it's like, if you have a relative that has firearms or whatnot, I doubt they'll give a shit that the NRA is going to collapse, basically, and disintegrate. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. The NRA has not served anybody for probably 50 to 60 years, I would say. Maybe even more. Maybe since the very beginning they haven't. There are plenty of other you even have, groups like the Socialist Rifle Association, of course, Take them with a grain of salt because I think that a lot of that is just, white leftism, basically. A lot of honkies and whatnot. It doesn't really, a lot of that is just LARPing anyway. But, to think that other groups won't crop up is just ridiculous. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I think I'm going to make my next video about caricatures. I do have another one I'm going to talk about as well. So I hope you all enjoy that. See you later and goodbye.